consigned the Barcelona, Man City corner. He hasn't been a goalkeeper no Gini Deepa, with the exception of last season Ebano and OTC for me. And if you've been following the game closely, especially or not as a goalkeeper, maybe you started with AC Milano. Yeah, I'll be to say last year happens to be the best season ever since I joined PSG. Me Ebame Yapa, I really love consistency in terms of performance. Performance the more I work for the more I win you game no more tenima be brase. So at Paris there, Wababe a key figure in the dressing room. Ekumenya naka etwaso, but this game I had discussed no esika. At some point, esika and the bema ware na gu. Now, goalkeepers are brilliant with their feet. Ebe a very paramount part of the game. It is a Pep Guardiola goalkeeper. No man for say, or you good one and I, or to be pass it, or to be distribute to. The range of passes sign about to be benefiting Manchester City. Near beside those questions. Gigi comes in with different profile altogether. On another day, where you're a typical goalkeeper, or you're goalkeeper. And yet to send a 9 about goalkeepers. Now it has its own significance. Me count on 9 on the bobono. First pano, na strikers tawe for the oho. You can say center forward, lone anchor, Didier one top. No more tawe. It is a goalkeeper. Obosim. Oh, yet it's number 5. Obosim. Yao. Last time I was number 5. Obosim. Yadabe.
I say I check because umuana bakwa flashing and 10 times.
The other flashing here where teams no pressure more pressure. Lise to lose bono. Na keeper na kase monko. Because obobo ne kwa. The speed na ball de bekonana ya besa so diaba. So usually and in the final third no so sign na ba be tail no. Poachers ni a fade of echo extinct every anymore no. Not just the coaches ni say ya bobo ni sim kra besa aba. And him building the shot in Fanko. And the poachers in econo, it gave a rise to number 10 for now goes more. First year number 10 for comes some schemers or me playmakers or she go no the man now wash it. But number 10 for no do now if you no body na no me go no beshe. Number 8 for no do na be hunu ball no. So teams in the plan say and him build it from a tree. Yenya control on the ball. Yenya a lot of balance whilst keeping your ball no your first phase build up on your qua. Yenya a lot of control on that. And yes your ball near qua you do central cycle up near loose ball no pressure by so. And then the man the rebirth of goalkeepers and winning ball with Omanana by. But at this part of the game, Manchester City will play from the first phase. So meet me and Boabejo on the Diako. And in my opinion, Sir Gigi signing Manchester City. Yo, Man City, about your deadly side. Sir Gigi, about them the man and he brings a very, very different thing altogether. One call Man City no call buying a soswa. I'll be so happy because baby Gigi Edruno or here retrogression. He's heading so straight to be a nado, Buffon. But my catch was a consistency. Okay. Consistency. Buffon was free Syria no. Oh, free one or call PSG and not crass or job on the bono. Buffon really stayed in the Syria, made himself a legend throughout in the career, especially at the pinnacle of it. And San Okojo World Cup as also as Albabio Juve and all that. So Gigi, he needs consistency. Either with Man City or a certain buying. Away from that, you made another story on Inter Milan. Ekitike meba hokakre.
Liverpool for na agree 6-year deal with player no. Dia can say clubs me no bet me a strike agreement, and of course from report free Germany Barca Madrid actually say Liverpool can so be more than the Newcastle at the buy no. So Liverpool in a region of 80 million euros. Pounds so better kakra. So Frankfurt for no as anya crowd around 77 million pounds. So Liverpool at the top kakra and also may add up kakra bia on benya boy ne the number.
Liverpool to chess game. Asemi ya okay me ya se meka se manje nyina ndi ba meka chiro straight. But Liverpool no until se me hu say ekitike di necessity pass no. Me ngi deal ndi.
Okay.
A chess game no mo na Newcastle for obo no. First of all, ekitike on bro Darwin Nunez so. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Meza so on
down in the square feet Benfica banana stock scramble so scramble chain.
Louder.
Tiki ne baba Liverpool no.
all ban anyway you ban
stocks was so cry.
Michael says one more
Nunes has scored his goals. Now watching the goals no leagues I work from saying where ticket.
Okay, so also a fan from Portuguese league and then the German league. Okay, new.
And also in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Well.
Yeah.
And then adaptability when we were more experienced than Darwin Nunes at that time.
Adaptability until you adapt. Messi was struggling in France per many people. According to many people, Messi didn't even finish adapting. So until you adapt, we can't talk about adaptability based on the
has also proven the players are hold up a free up ban. We move 5, move 3. I should have pick it. The league ni adaptability 70s annual man. What you say, especially with Eintracht Frankfurt and even their strikers.
Liverpool says
Jovic. Hale.
Bobo Boles no be ready amount.
So I said the club can say we 5 we 5 we be try na 4 because the last 5 no we be check even Kolomwani. We be check Sebastian Haller. We be ka Luka Jovic. Mu nyina de o ma ba. We dey fan say 4 kra na. 3 Oh, Mike. Mike.
So on the
Mike,
transfers, Luka Jovic to Madrid was a wrong move from the start.
But yeah, the whole we can discuss about a wrong move and how it has not also went down.
Quick because I know you want to more how no. And I'm
Come time pan your hono. Yeah, Shade bi ha say, but I don't want Liverpool fans to think say Ekitike ba be shame everyday pa the goals no ba be gum and then they write off Darwin Nunes. So akwa we dey know bia. This Ekitike guy on Bro Darwin Nunes so I'll put them on the same table. I'll put them on the same equal length. Now, me imagine say Liverpool pe Ekitike dia. Why are they still looking for Isak? Or the Newcastle Ninti. And no more chum say we are big club and that your number 2 game ni pa. Yo, what's a transfer game? No, ya na one mini and kodi pa bone for side. No want to name be Brazil. Okay, Alan Halilovic I say. Madrid ne Barca tweno my boy ne confused. O am player bia no bia hwehwe. Ada Gulash na ko onko Madrid o. Barca for no ko deal no mo na Madrid etisi mu. So wanwini anko ho say transfers mafia o mu. Sanima we say won't ase. Finished product in terms of the finished product is here, you know, between Isak and Ekitike. Why they say Liverpool sweat one ho?
Say Isak using a Newcastle bezo be Jamon.
Boy necessary.
On the open
Sporting no more so much joker. So what can so much na say no club in the person player more. You no club.
Okay.
No club in the person player more. And you play and on the auto no. You push through agent no and change there. No club.
Bruno Guimaraes impact no on their team. Newcastle were even ready to sell Anthony Gordon to Arsenal to keep Isak and buy Ekitike. That was the extent they were willing to go to do that. But you see, an omo pulley about Bejinan Chay Kura. He said they are on BM. Now Wisa and on Bepushi. So the Wisa market and also Brentford. You see, look at the domino effect of the transfer market. The Obi and the end will be here so the end idea. Fancy 70 no for 2 trim say Newcastle to Wisa who have 75 for Imbuemo. Because team BA Pesca.
So Marco, ain't no more say 70.
Team BA Pesca. Scanner open. Every team wants to invite competition around the players. Because the more at the better the end doors one the no ultimi peja bo nim the highest bidder. Ana assembly esa for be assembly pono. Iti ohwe Wisa deal na. Omo say they are not going to sell Wisa and Imbuemo in one window.
Yeah.
Which they've made it clear. Now with Imbuemo ama Brentford in such a kakra. Because on na mama ya we say
coach no space.
Equal space.
And we jai Christian Nogard.
And we jai Christian Nogard.
Arsenal. Likely say you want Wisa Newcastle beat me a fan.
Newcastle beat me quick.
Of Ekitike Diana for now a look like say Emerson.
Ameka say me joke. Fancy say coach be a movie akọ club bi ana omo wo enyo ma bi a coach ne kwa won ne club na ofi oni di hu komo. Mike, I forgot in the Marca make a crash. Say, coach be free in the club aqua. Omo time no former clubs ni din komo say ABI okwa player we open Aberton the price say.
Gentleman's agreement.
There's a gentleman's agreement and now no credit din komo be watch and the team can air about some Ghanaian players being coaches be no free baby and also moko. Part of the contract agreements they do. Tina time when say obi be free former club will be. Now, what said I could find a player now or 100 dana de naba. Ask yourself how distribute her a free Leicester City
coach na
what I say, some commodity no mudi. Now, Thomas Frank had that particular kind of agreement.
PSG soon mamoja bamba pese obeko or else even though I extend the crowd still no club le pese oja player bi amanoko. No club. On to say club no so to dwe ade e hye suru ha ACL enye dwuma biu eno beja akwanseko eno kronya behind the scenes adwuma be mo aye no club wants to let go of a player outrightly. So Liverpool pay sack their why Kitike and if they are going in for Kitike is it better than Darwin Nunez? Let me put that on hold for now because a developing story beba come am 2 minutes come the busa say a DNT na Inter Milan for pe Ademola Lookman Ademola le omuvuko Inter super. In last 5 seasons, Inter G2, Meka Siriano, and Napoli G2, and AC Milan G1. So domestically, they are okay. But where are they working?
It's Europe.
That is the point. And to me, who say, they need some addition. And in terms of goal production in the final, they had a goal plus of 44 last season domestically. It's a Europe, and Inter Milan is so much more. But how are they going to alternate the system? 3-5-2, number change BB. Omba alternate no omba alternate no omba sesano and omba pone ho aye bibi o ho. If they are going to go for a 3 striker, superb. 27-year-old Marcus Thuram, 27-year-old Ademola Lookman, and then senior man Lautaro Martinez. Ewiase who ye attackers me and some about 4-3-3 whatever formation. Team Dodo send a bit of 3 strikers and what this quality. Lookman, Lautaro Martinez, Marcus Thuram. Yow, ubenya 3 strikers, but how do you fix them? Especially when you are looking for balance. Okay, Shadrack are ready there. On Chamonko be a formation. Inter has been successful within a specific system. How the striker for Shemwa. Yana Eden Kakraba, Mimi Trimu dear. A commitment 15 for the back. As in chain. Nam the Lukman Ababi Gina Lautaro Martinez and a Turomachi. And it would convert the formation from 3-5-2 to 3-4-3. But yeah, it is very, very difficult. It looks very, very difficult. So when you look, man, they are superb addition. But Ombesa Omonsa. Inter Milan be moving from the 2 striker party, you know. I got a 3-forward attack. So, yeah. We just want to wait patiently and see. Okay. Transfer said here, who didn't come on Druba say you're not trying to because transfer do a chess game. I look money or more called Nam Hunya and I the distract will be.
Okay.
Yeah, no or sometimes they might be serious, but so in their ranks there. Lookman, I mean Inter Milan away.
Whoa, Mate, meba meza na Joe Platini say. As it stands, Liverpool needs 2 center forward. So what if Liverpool sell Diaz and Nunez and go for Isak and Ekitike whilst abandoning the Rodrigo deal? I know I have a question on so a bisafe when so I say if you place Ekitike and Darwin Nunez on the same level, then there is more room for Ekitike to improve and become better with the likes of Salah, Florian Wirtz around him. Darwin Nunez with the players around him failed to perform when so a huge cop boy. And a huge cop boy so a day a message, you know. And so
fail to perform. Okay. So what is the surety to say Kitiki so bad or Babe outperforming the Darwin Nunez? You see, he's not yet at the club. Transfer a high risk, high reward. Every single transfer we are CBI a high risk, high reward. What I say? Nipana de Nebano. It could be say Nipana de Bano a top.
undiscussing Jackson to Manchester United.
I want to say, you know,
Jackson's own come baby.
I was Akomeah by Jackson United in Common baby. I drew.
It's now in Facebook Live and I'm saying
breaking it down. Oh, Jackson is a
but Mike, man, I told him.
Oh, it's our woman can say kitty gas. It's a kitty can do woman can.
You know, I've seen things here. And I may in Bremo, the end of my son Pija from 65 across 17. I was like, so just bear 1 month, near close yard, you know.
Me say Jackson will higher ceiling, see in Bremo. Oh, more fun, no.
David Jackson higher ceiling shape.
Wakama say we are going to post him United 5 players online or to say don't come you. Wow, you have to say who first come first serve.
My no. The air say omuntimi Toby. No omuntimi Tombi.
Hey,
critical situation.
Manchester United.
When you top administrator or you crazy guy.
Alaja can be
Opo Akonubia.
I can
be.
Now, Fancy, I say it's interesting to look at how Liverpool will deal with this deal. You see, minimum say 80 million euros quoted near there. I'll be very surprised if Liverpool pays anything closer to 80 million euros for Ekitike. There are 2 reasons. One, I've not known Liverpool to buy such talents for such an amount of money. Number 2, minimum how Liverpool did a deal for.
Sorry, Yoda. Maradona Imdo. Or say, to unlock Madueke potential, you need Jackson in your team. Tina was asking for some for Jackson. So called. Man, you know, Momo.
And they say, Chelsea for Mona, whichever be a Jackson. Kuala.
Meboa. Akomeah small boy no free.
Small boy there.
Okay, on Nigeria. To Munya Jackson come on African flavor.
My famous Aqua.
Adi Asare Boadu. Now, Fancy. The second reason it's a to me is Liverpool will not be paying that amount of money. How or more Darwin Nunes deal no. What would name how Liverpool call a Darwin Nunes deal? Like if you don't know anything about it, you see, Liverpool try to push off a lot of suitors around Darwin Nunes. It's a omoko market no no share that bo verbally nkoma ye did I already see betria no officially omo yanom their family and so ye betria we then now through my order so if the club no any pre-player no ho e won say Liverpool will go to this length then he pulls back and believes he said deal no me nye bibiem ne bo no e wo soro dodo. For example Florian Wirtz, the time Man City did nkoma na Liverpool ama Liverpool Sinati says it's be on my Madrid on Bejibiano. They are ready to pay. And a City said, "We may yes, Jumano in Chias can City betray no, be a betray no West in Jane. Akoka Liverpool pay. It will be a car Liverpool and Liverpool started negotiating properly with Leverkusen. And okay, so move up here. Darwin Nunes, then it happened the same thing with Manchester United. Tamana Liverpool po epe Darwin Nunes, ne United ne Darwin Nunes ne wom. Ana United ye be turn Liverpool see there be even if they want 75 to 80 omo Liverpool ayo madwe so betwa for Darwin Nunes. Ana United see there be that time omo pre Frankie de Jong omo ntimi nsan so nkofa se ska no nkotwa. Ana United pull it out. United pull it out na Liverpool ko gina deal no sha say negotiation. They wanted to do the same thing with Isaac. It was the area. And what the stories that are coming out in Nigeria say, you bet you 120 no. Some per 120 na you bet you. Mo per 120 na you bet you. Now Newcastle ebe releasing in same kakra so okay Isaac and you coding come for personal terms. Isaac and you agree personal terms na no ma ba ho. 120 no kra osoro dodo. Because hono on said the car question omo ba could be say akwara no ma agree personal terms. The moment any player agrees a personal term with a team, say all ranking the percentage the transfer deal is about 35 to 40% done.
Yeah.
So I agree personal terms with the player. Because the player will literally push. Monton me. No bomb pressure. My agree say Montommy, my say Montommy. So there are a lot of things that are attached to it. So Liverpool, I don't know my year no and they know. Liverpool are not going to pay the 80 million euros for Frankfurt. Trust you me. 80 now her Germany sources are. Share the French sources in her Germany sources no. French sources in it say United were rejected no. Meaning say in the discussion now, only Liverpool remains the team on the Frankfurt didn't come on.
Say Liverpool na beso body a.
But Germany for also report said there's still Man United and Liverpool. I didn't tell because someone in Liverpool. Say Oman fa club will be on tattoo. And pushing Liverpool say as a so tattoo and also pressure. Liverpool will be negotiating Canada form. Which is true. Fancy. And the market value for a Kitikemo type of players in the 80 as case in Boba. Ni 85 million euros. This is a striker the entire career in all competitions. On share 20 goals.
A single season.
A single season. On share 20 goals. 19, 17. What the assist can one goals and assist never got 20 plus. Price no was low. But another discussion we can have distinctly away from either say or boy befa, emfa, and now a good and now only good ninja the kind of profile Liverpool want. I think if Liverpool are moving from Isak to a Kitike, it means to say they know their target and they know the kind of player they want. And yes, one more center forward keke. Or moving the specific profile they want in their center forward. Because moving from Isak be Kitika is like you are getting the same kind of players with a similar profile by different efficiency levels.
But Baku you proving your league in
Baku you proving your league in him. And Newcastle, Saudi Arabia for have a pride to also protect. As a man for a year Chinchimo Mosa to back last season Bruno Guimaraes £100 million. The release clause Obiaya City back of far back of say no. Because they also want to stamp the authority said there be ya better club be say club na aba be fan ya dey adwuma there be international man be fa akoko be dey fan ko be because your ambitions. The moment they start selling those players they become feeder clubs to the top clubs. Newcastle needs to ade hunu nyina na so be close the gap between omo and the top clubs. Ewo England. Saudi for no mu em nyina no. Some be sad na omo putu omo in that particular kind of corner sem kakesefo no we are keeping our best and it's a statement. If Newcastle keeps Isak, it's a statement for them. Said that you have high ambitions and want to push. But when you turn Isak, my Liverpool say kukuro one no matter league na mama turn money munyam dia momo. Because you look at the Newcastle team, who you top 3 players are Isak, either top 2 or even top 1 number 1 with Brentford. For Wisa and I Mbuemo Mubako. But Oko Tottenham Hotspur, I think Tottenham Hotspur as a club also have their target. What am I say? It only Mbuemo no matter Kudus, no matter other players. It is already in the transfer market, even if some Komunya Kudus are Komu Wisa. And almost step back with Wisa deal no. The Morgan Gibbs White, they don't say release clause here day. It won't because who the release clause won't come out. It's totally different from say who the transfer won't come out. And I'm going for Kudus. I'm pushing for Gibbs White. But for Wisa, Newcastle, in Mbuemo be affected you know. But Liverpool, baby, omujina se say ni there. Ade omo pa no mo saka no. Obi atwe ne ho ba. Frankfurt and fan show mutrim say 8. I'll be very surprised. The meaning say Liverpool. Afu when them say 85 ni 80 no. They overpaying no. And no money abre. They should accept the overpaying because who 80 million euros for a kitike. Fancy.
Nana market no opa.
Hey,
Newcastle called Waka Kutriano.
yes, I can't correct that for me. Said that.
Momuniska. Intina
Oh, I just say Niska sem.
Namuska.
A brand new year, you know, Namo catch Liverpool for some Muniska. Who's a United Ninja?
The reality is, General Cliff no buy canteen.
Fancy. Yeah, Jitum. United Nibia Jitum say United no more.
Say Amorim.
Obia
players are no pay. Right now, our son come.
Oh, fancy. Me say Obia any problem with that. You say ya there oh. You na Jitum. Obia United fan bia Jitum. But you sure catch them will say if you pay 80 and above for player like a Kitike, you are overpaying.
Almost they are not overpaying.
They are overpaying. They are overpaying.
New one as well say, Mama come Manchester say me position to player. Mike, into way.
Many Akomeah again say a Kitike in as much as he had a blockbuster season quote unquote, Frankfurt, no, he's not worth the 80 million valuation, as has been reported, or media anymore Germany, and even those across Europe. He doesn't merit that amount yet, and the engine tools are. But yeah, operating in the transfer market are set by the selling club. Or more a big role to play, especially when the player has a lengthy contract. To say Isaac, they say the player is powerless to force through a move because our 3 years contract with Newcastle, he's paid good money. He has been made one of the central figures of a Newcastle project. You know. Even if the player says, "Me person me call Liverpool change ne twan ya ntimi nkwachichi Newcastle in sase ton." 3 years no boy ni tie sen ya. Eventually, he will need to change his mind and return to playing for them. Season when he bow we are World Cup. Isaac never pese obel hit it top form no aboama Sweden na qualify. No no so nya World Cup ni bi abonti. Obeti etua say Liverpool inti and he on ball for 6 months. He could be fined, he could be suspended, and I said there could be disciplinary measures taken against him. Nti I am selling club no or power, especially when player no the contract ne mutre kakra. It is different from Liverpool ne Konate. Konate was just a year. Also me person me call me renew. Me renew and next year me go free. Liverpool is put in a tricky situation. Otonwa obenyeska one tonwa obeko free sana de na kwakoye and so ekitike no the contract with Frankfurt net is saying then again how many years does he have with Frankfurt into konwa san common no money obedi and they know say otna Frankfurt obianwa there is a possibility say he will improve on his numbers and give them more value in the next transfer market. Already, Mamush Scano Mojeno, they are good to go with it. So they are not in a rush or a haste to sell. They are not desperate. Internema yes no, but player nankasa the real value. Many sure say drew 80 million euros.